The melody is enchanting and likely familiar to this audience. It's Three Jamaican Dances by Oswald Russell. The song is a delightful taste of William Chapman-Nyaho's CD recording called Senku, a Fanti term for keyboard instrument. The music collection highlights the composers of African descent found in Dr. Nyaho's celebrated Oxford University anthology, Piano Music of Africa and the African Diaspora. We recently spoke with Dr. Nyaho about his musical influences, research, teaching, and performance calendar. Here's a segment of our conversation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
An anthology called Piano Music of Africa and the African Diaspora. Tell us a little bit about that and how it came to be.
Very hard to find scores that were available. Things were in manuscript, things were out of print. Finding recordings, a few that I could rely on. One great recording by Natalie Henderis. But there was just very little. And so I was quite frustrated with that. I happened to come to the Pacific Northwest. I was actually on Vashon Island when I first moved here, taking a year off, and sent in a proposal to the Music Teachers National Conference saying I'd like to do something on music by composers of African descent, because I'd managed over the years to acquire quite a lot of Xerox copies of music that was out of print. And so my topic was Into Africa, Advocating Piano Music by Composers of African Descent. I did this presentation in Cincinnati in 2002, and a representative of Oxford University Press was there, and they talked to me after my presentation and said, well, they would be interested in taking me on if I'd like to compile and edit an anthology of this music. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And that's pretty much how it started.
After you started the project and you got into it and your feet were wet, maybe up to your ankles, what did you discover in this music, in this anthology, in compiling this that surprised you?
The variety of technical, of compositional techniques. So it's just amazing. So you have composers who would be writing in what we call a standard 20th, 21st century idiom, composers who would be influenced by jazz and blues in their music, or composers who would use what would you call it? The scales and the modes from their part of the African continent. Egyptian music and all the different maqams and scales and tonalities being used. It was very, very exciting. And also different rhythmic things going on in music. Very, very, very interesting.
I'm not really sure how long it took you to put the 5 volumes of the anthology together. How has it shaped the direction of the course of what you thought you'd be doing with your music talent?
Well, it took me quite a few years to get it going and to get to a stage where could have discussions with Oxford University Press and start dealing with how we wanted to present it. It took me a while, but actually how it has affected my career, I have been able to give some great recitals of this music, in all kinds of places. I've been invited to do workshops, mini residencies in colleges and universities, and I do that on a frequent basis. So so that keeps me kind of busy. And there's still so much more to learn and so much more to discover. So once again, as I say, just scratching the surface, and hope that it's just a model for other people to take on. Actually, what's been interesting is I've had contacts from different parts of the world by students who are using some of the scores as reference materials to write their dissertations and treatises and theses. So it's been quite an honor and fun thing.
Yeah, thank you for sharing a little bit of some of the interesting parts of the music world you've been involved in of late. We'd like to continue following that. Where can somebody find out more about some of the things you're involved in?
My website, Nyaho.com, Nyaho.com, is a good place to get some stuff. And also, I have a Facebook page, professional Facebook page, which is Nyaho, simply Nyaho. And if you like it, you can get a feed on what I may be doing and what I've been doing.
And thank you for sharing some of your time with us this afternoon.
Oh, it's a real pleasure. Thank you for great questions, and it's a real pleasure to do this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Pleasure was mine.